Let's go over some of the position changes you need to do right now to save some players' careers in your dynasty. And when I say save a guy career, I pretty much just mean like there are situations where guys will sit behind the starter and never see the field. Well, guess what? If you just move their position, they could actually be a very impactful player. Also, you have guys with really bad skill caps, wide receiver. If you just move these guys' position, especially if I identify it early in their career and move them instantly, they're able to develop at another position, whether it's defense, running back, and they're actually able to be a starter for you at another position. If you guys do enjoy the content, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for watching. Also, I run 2 online dynasties, 32 users online dynasties. We have some spots open in both leagues. DM me on Instagram if y'all interested in joining. I'll get you in. Also, if anyone interested in the 2K league, let me know. I want to start a 2K league, but I don't know if I'll have enough people interested. We need 30 users. All right, so we're at position change week, and I have specifically 6 players we're going to go over in this video. They're all going to be offensive players that we're going to move to defense, and we're going to track their career. We're going to sim seasons and see how they develop at their new position. All these guys were moving from offense to the defensive side of the ball, and they're not athlete players. When we move them to defense, their overall is going to drop by a lot, but through player progression and also through years, they're actually going to become very good players. Some of these guys won't develop as well. Some of these guys will become absolutely elite. And all of these position changes just make sense. You know, whatever y'all do with y'all dynasty, this is our situation here. We have a lot of quarterbacks. Only one quarterback play. Having 10 quarterbacks on your roster do you no good, but this will happen with this dynasty right here. So we have a couple quarterbacks that's just not very good, man. They're not. Let's just be honest. This guy right here, he's a 76 overall quarterback. He's a scrambler. He's a redshirt sophomore. He is never going to be a starting quarterback. Let's just call it what it is. He's a former 5-star prospect, only impact development, and the skill caps are not great. Throw power is pretty much maxed out. You can get one better, but the accuracies could never be good. This is bad for a quarterback. If he got the quickness, quickness skill cap for his accuracy category, that would be a lot better. But in this situation, he could never be a great passer. So what we're going to do, move him to another position. If you just keep him at quarterback, we already know he's never going to be good enough to start on this team right here. So let's move him to another position. We also have another quarterback here that we're going to focus on. And it's going to be Tua. He's a 78 overall. This one is a freshman, and he's 6'4", 222 pounds. Both these guys also have lower speed, so we're keeping that in mind. This guy we're going to move over to defensive end. The other guy we're going to move to linebacker. But he's also a former 5-star player, star development, and skill caps are not horrible, but he has the worst skill caps in the category that matters the most, and that's accuracy. That's literally the category that matters the most for quarterbacks. So in this situation, yes, this guy could become a good player. He could start, but like we just know he can never become a great quarterback when it comes to passing. So for that reason, we're going to move his position where he might actually develop into a guy that could start for us. So like I said, we're going to move him to defensive end. He's 6'4", 222 pounds. We're going to move him to the outside, and he might be a little bit light for defensive end, but it's not going to be that bad. Now, other guy here, we're going to move him to outside linebacker, 6 foot, 216 pounds. Yes, a little bit light for linebacker, but he's too slow to play safety or corner. Maybe could do safety, but a little bit too slow for corner at 83 speed and 82 speed. So we're going to do linebacker and defensive end for them. So you see here, we go to move him over to linebacker, and we know he's going to convert to a very low overall linebacker. But if we move him to a speed rusher, this is the finesse. This is the finesse right here, man. He's going to accumulate skill points, and you're able to spend them all at once. Obviously, he's going to be a 40 overall. Not great, but he's going to get all these skill points and not use them. So then we could transition him to another position. You could move him back to quarterback, and he'll have all them skill points. We'll get into that later in the video, but move him over to cornerback, and let's do Tua here, and we're going to move him over to defensive end, where he's going to be a 38 overall let's do right end. 38 overall right end. Obviously not a great player, but he's going to develop. So next guy I'm going to move here is going to be a running back, and in this situation, we have 2 freshman running backs, both power backs. Probably don't need that. Probably don't need them both to be power backs. One, I would rather one be elusive or receiving, but we have two power backs here. There's no way for both of them. Like, they're both not going to start in my offense. I like to start a power back and then also a receiving and elusive back as my third down back. So in this situation, having both of them don't really do much for us. So I want to move one of them to the D-line. I love power backs to the D-line, whether it's an athlete power back or just a regular power back that, you know, really can't play D-line, but they'll develop. So I decided with this guy here, man. He's a 74 true overall, 90 speed, 85 strength, 6'2", 226 pounds. I'm deciding to move him to the D-line. We're going to move him over to left end. And you'll see he's going to convert into a very low overall player here, man. He's going to be a 43 overall. And we're going to move him to left end, and that just is what it is. So next with wide receiver, it's probably going to be one of the most important position groups to identify players that need to be moved because they're not going to develop at receiver. As y'all know, a lot of these receivers max out super early in overall. And we got a guy right here. He's 76 overall with 95 speed. He's 6'3", 211 pounds. Good speed on him. Good catching. I mean, he looks like a solid player. He's also a sophomore. He's an impact development 4-star prospect. You look at his skill caps, horrible. He can never become a good player. Let's just call it what it is. The route running is damn near maxed out. And you tell me his route running going to max out at what, a 70 for the medium? He's never going to be a starter here, man. Not for this Georgia team. The catching could go up, but not good enough. Move him to defense. You move him to defense, and these skill caps are just more forgiving at cornerback. So we're going to do exactly that. And we're also going to move our other guy, Josh, here. He's a 6'4", 209-pound physical receiver. We're going to move him to cornerback also, but we might play him at safety. We'll see how he develops. 75 overall. He's a sophomore, impact development 4-star. You look at his skill caps, also brutal. Really bad. You telling me same exact story. Route running, 70 for the medium. 70 at best, man. Hands, even worse. You tell me his hands going to max out like 83, 84 after it goes up 2. He's going to max out like 79, 80 overall max. He's never going to be a great player at wide receiver. Well, guess what? We understand he's never going to be a great player at wide receiver. Well, what if we just move him to defense early? If you do this, literally they're a sophomore. This is after their freshman year. We're at position change week. So they're really still in that freshman season because after we advance, then they're going to get the position changes, and that's when players go up in overall. So in my opinion, they're still more so like freshmen. And these guys right here that say freshmen, they're like the high schoolers that's just touching campus. Let's go ahead and move our guys over to cornerback, which they're going to convert into this one at least going to convert into a zone corner. Not ideal. We'd much rather him convert into a slot corner just because we know they develop the best in this game. But hopefully this other guy right here, Josh, let's see. Hopefully he'll convert to a slot corner. And nope, he's also going to be a zone. 44 overall. Overall super low. We just know that's how it's going to be. Overall super low. And our last guy here is going to be a freshman tight end. The reason we're doing this because he's a vertical threat. And we're moving him as a freshman. He obviously won't get any offseason training this first year because he's a freshman. He literally just got on campus. He's not going to get any offseason training. It's too early for him. But he's a vertical threat, and we know they usually don't develop all that well unless you do the method. But in here, we're going to do a different method. We're just going to go ahead and move this guy to D-line. Has 86 speed, 70 strength. Need that strength to get a little bit better for the D-line. 6'2", 234 pounds. I mean, he's solid. Not amazing size for a D lineman, but regardless, we're going to move him to a edge rusher, which he's going to convert to a 37 overall right end, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and advance to this next training results. And a lot of these guys are going to jump up in overall, but I really want to advance all these guys' career and see how they end up. All right, so just advancing once, let's just see how our guys change in overall here, man. Let's just see. So our guy Tua is already up to a 81 overall defensive end. I mean, isn't that just amazing? Isn't it? That's the quarterback, by the way. This is the quarterback prospect that we moved to defensive end. He has 86 speed. The speed went up a good amount. And let's just look at his stats more closely. 5-star development, like we already knew, and also, you know, the height, the weight still the same, but the skill caps are more forgiving. Remember, the skill caps for him had to do with accuracy. You know, this accuracy was damn near maxed out for that skill cap. This first one right here, one thing, the skill caps never change for players, man. Skill caps never change. Even if you change their position, archetype, whatever, the skill caps will always stay in these same exact positions. The only thing that changes is, like, what is that spot? So, like I said, for the quarterback, this first spot was accuracy. Well, guess what? For D lineman, now it's finesse moves. So it's finesse moves 76, the power moves 70, or finesse moves 73, power moves 76, strength 84. And then pair that with 86 speed. I mean, the run stopping ability, block shedding 60, low. I mean, he's young. He can still get better out here, man. Tackling is in a good spot, 99 on the awareness, shot up in overall. And this is just 1 year of training results for our guy Tua. He could get better, like we mentioned. So our running back and tight end is here at the 37 overall. The running back is here at the 43 overall. Like I said, they're not going to go up in overall until the following season, just because, you know, we already know how it works with the them being a freshman. Then our other guy here, this was the quarterback that we moved to the defense. Remember, he transitioned to a speed rusher, so his overall is not going to move. But now looking at top right corner, he has 21 skill points. Now, if we wanted to get real cheesy, we could move him back to offense, and he would use all them skill points instantly. And just to quickly explain, when you're lower in overall, he's a 42 overall, it's easier for you to unlock skill points. Example, let's say a 40 overall. For them to unlock one skill point, it might be 100 XP. When you're 80 overall, it might be 5,000 XP to upgrade, you know, from 80 to 81 to unlock a new skill point. So lower overall, the easier it is for you to unlock these skill points. And because he's a 40 overall, he unlocked these extra skill points, and we move him back over, he would just use them all at once. So you're kind of cheesing the system in this way. And we're doing this for experiment purpose. Obviously, he's a a red shirt sophomore, so we don't have him for too long. This is a method you want to do, like for that senior year. You move him to whatever position you want him to play, and they're gonna shoot up in overall. But we're gonna let him marinate there. Now let's look at our two cornerbacks and where are they gonna be at here, man. And our first guy, I mean, 6'3", 211 pounds. He's an 84 overall. Top right corner, 84 overall. And he's a true sophomore out here. Remember, receiver cooked. He was never going to be a great receiver. Never. Not with these skill caps, man. The skill caps not even that horrible overall. Just at receiver, they do not work. And sadly, converts him to a zone corner, so his zone coverage has developed very well. 82 on the zone. Good hands for a cornerback. Man coverage low. That's why I don't like these zone corners. Wish he would have turned into a slot corner. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they turn to the zone. Sometimes they turn to the slot. When they turn to the slot, is best. But just because his man coverage would be higher if he was a slot. But he's only a true sophomore. He'd get a lot better. We should redshirt him this year, honestly, and get the most out of him. But 65 on the man, super low. And then also the run stopping ability. The tackling is at 87. Play this guy at safety right now. I mean, this is our starting safety. Let me know if I'm tripping. This is our starting safety. He has an 80-plus zone with also 80-plus tackling. I mean, this is a safety with 95 speed. You could play him at corner, but this is honestly a starting safety. Let's look at our other guy here, Josh. Where are you going to be at, Josh? He's going to be down the board. Didn't develop as well. He's going to be a 72 overall. And just didn't develop as well. He's not horrible by any means. He's still only a sophomore, just like the other guy. But zone coverage only at the 73. Didn't develop as much. And the man coverage developed even less. 30. So he obviously did not develop as well. This is a guy we're going to redshirt. And he has a bunch of years to get better. He's literally a true sophomore. So I'm not worried. Let's go ahead and advance a season. And let's just see what happens. And we're going through cuts right now just because I'm doing it manually just so they don't cut our low overall guys if I just advance it. But some of these guys, like I literally moved their position, they might have got cut. Like if I kept them guys at receiver, they literally might have got cut because we know they was not going to develop to be good players. Well, now they got kind of a second life and they have the opportunity to at least develop and get better at another position, and especially do this for any positions of need. Say you might need a cornerback, might need a whatever, D lineman. Guess what? You can move some of these guys over there. We have hit another year of training results. And let's come in here and look at our team, man. Let's see how these young men are doing here, man. Let's look. So our first guy is going to be a dog. A dog, man. This is the running back that we moved to the D line. He's up to an 85 overall as a redshirt freshman. We made sure to redshirt him. He's up to an 85. Let's just come in here. Look at the attributes. Let's look at the attributes. 4-star development. And this is the power back that I said that probably wasn't going to start at running back. And we know power backs don't develop as well as the other running back archetypes in this game. So power backs, I don't want to say they're the worst because I like the power backs the best gameplay wise, but development wise, they are the worst. And then you've converted them to a position that is high value, man. D-line is one of the most important positions in the game. Now you got 99 strength. Come on, man. Sorry, I get a little excited when I see stuff like that. This, man. 99 strength, 85 power moves as a redshirt freshman. Keep that in mind. 81 to block shedding. That's elite. That is elite for a defensive lineman, man. That's absolutely elite. 89 awareness is also very good. 73 on the block shedding, that's not bad. 90 speed, that's maxed out. This is going to be a dog. He might not start this year. He's not the best D lineman in the room. He is going to be a dog. He's going to be a dog. Let's look at that other running back. See how well he developed. That other power back, he's up to a 76 overall. Obviously, you know, they both probably would have went up to this similar overall. It was the potential for that running back that we moved to DN for him to jump up to a, 85 overall running back. It was the potential for that. It wasn't likely at running back. It's much more likely at the D line in my experience. And let's look at the right defensive ends, man. Tua is up, I believe, 2 more overalls, and he's up to an 85, 89 with the boost. And he's a pretty good guy, man. Quick jump. Speed is developing quite nicely. I think he had that 86 speed. But remember, he got number 11 on. This is the quarterback that we moved over to D-line. The quarterback that was never going to play on the D-line. And the pass rushing ability is there. 82, 82. And it's cheap. It only costs him 3 each to upgrade that pass blocking ability. Strength 84, good spot. 99 awareness, obviously. The block shedding is still low. 61. That's fine. That's fine. We can move him to linebacker also here, man. Honestly, he could be a linebacker with that 86 tackling. I don't know what the coverage ability is. Maybe we're able to see. But this guy honestly might be able to play linebacker if we move them there. Let's see. The coverage low. I mean, it's not development. As a D lineman, their coverage literally don't go up at all. But might be worth moving him to linebacker before the position changes so he can get some coverage ability there. And our other guy, Tanner. This is the tight end that we moved over, the vertical threat tight end that we moved over to the D-line. He's up to an 82 overall. That's also very good player progression. I can't lie, that's very good player progression. 4-star impact development as a tight end. He was never going to be a great player as a vertical threat. Let's just call it what it was. Only impact development, never was going to be great. As a redshirt freshman, 79 overall, or 79 finesse, 79 power moves, 99 on the strength, 99 on awareness. 91 on the block shedding. I mean, this is a guy. Low tackling, that's fine. Good speed. He's a dog. I don't want to spend too much time because we got to go through every single player every year. And then also our guy here, the speed rushing defensive or outside linebacker, is up to 41 skill points. After this season, then we're going to move him to a position. And he has 41 skill points to spend all at once. He'll have more after another season of doing this, but he literally has 41 skill points saved up. And like I said, I could have moved him this year and all them skill points would have been applied. If we move him to running back, whether we move him to middle linebacker, corner, wherever, he's going to develop to be a great player with all them skill points just built up. And let's look, where's our 2 corners at, man? So our first guy is up to an 87 overall. We redshirted him. I mean, he's a great player. He's a great player, man. The man coverage is getting a little bit better. It's still lagging behind because guess what? He's a zone corner. But this is the guy I would suggest playing at safety with that high tackling. But he's still going to be a guy for the team. Josh has also developed better. He's up to an 81. He was like a 73, so he jumped up a good amount of overalls this time. around, and he also has some pretty good abilities. Still that 4-star impact development with number 83 on. That's how you know he is a receiver that moved over to the defense. Zone coverage up to an 82, damn near maxed out. Man coverage is also low as hell. Well, guess what? He's not going to play this year. The good thing about this zone coverage maxing out, let's say 84, 85, wants to go up one more, he's going to be forced to spend all his coins on man coverage, and he needs it. He needs it bad. It's expensive, though. That's why I don't like these zone corners, just because the man coverage be so expensive compared to the zone. You don't get that with the slot. The slots be like more evened out. But this guy could also play some safety. You know he can. 30 tackling. This guy is not developing as well. This is a guy I would consider moving to the D-line at this point, because the tackling is not developing how I would like. You could move him to safety, but the tackling is a little bit too low. He's a little bit light, but let's hope we keep marinating him, and let's hope he continues to get better. He's still a young guy. So let's advance another year and just see what happens. All right, so we hit position changes for the next year. And I was just looking through the roster. Where do we move our quarterback friend? Where do we move him? Where do he go? And I'm low-key thinking moving him back to cornerback. Just looking at the roster here. Obviously, it's not a roster we're really going to play with. We can't move him to another outside linebacker position because he's going to convert to another speed rusher. So that's unfortunate, but outside linebacker, I definitely thought of that. But just looking at our roster, we don't need anything other than a quarterback. We know his skill caps are not great at quarterback, the accuracy, but we do need a quarterback. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move him back to quarterback. He's going to convert to a 76 overall scrambling quarterback. So if we move him here, we see that the skill caps, it's probably just not worth it. So it costs him 9 to unlock his accuracy. And you see in the top right corner, he has 41 skill points saved up. So maybe we're not getting the most out of him if we move him back there, just because he can't be a good quarterback, not with those skill caps. Let's continue to look. Actually, the more I think about it, just looking at his height and weight, nothing makes sense. Like moving him, and then his speed. He's slow, 83 on the speed. Like, he's slow for safety. We could move him to safety and hope he would develop some speed, but it's expensive. I think we just keep him at quarterback. And, obviously the accuracy is going to max out here, most likely. But this other stuff will go up also. IQ, his health, his speed might go up. He's going to be a solid quarterback. He might be our best overall quarterback here. And let's just hit advanced. And it might be the wrong decision. It might be better to move him to D-line, but he just don't have the height, weight for D-line, even though I think he would be best at D-line. If you don't care about height or weight, I would definitely suggest moving a guy like that to D-line, because he will actually turn out to be a great player, especially with those 41 skill points saved up. And we advance. And let's see here, another year, another player progression. And let's look at our quarterback. And look at him, man. He's 86 overall. I mean, we allowing him to reach his full potential. And that's just doing that method of changing him over to a linebacker where he's that speed rusher, and the skill points is just saving up for cheap. I kind of explained it earlier, but the throw power is now maxed out. The accuracies is maxed out, but it's honestly not terrible. 86 deep, 88 medium. And then also the short 91. That's honestly not horrible. That's doable. Like, that's actually good enough to start. You obviously wish it could be, if it was one better, like if it was only 2 skill caps, it would be perfect. But throw power 94 is actually not bad at all. The speed went up a little bit, 85 on the speed. Also the awareness, the IQ maxed out, so he has phenomenal play action now also. So he's a good quarterback. I believe that probably was the right decision here, just because we was able to identify we needed a quarterback. Well, guess what? If we needed a D lineman, we could have moved him there, and he would have stepped right in and been an instant starter for us, most likely. So, but we don't, because we have some of these other young Lions here, just like our guy here, who has not won a bit overall. He's still at that 86 overall. This is the running back that we moved over. Still a very good player for us here, man. Tua is up to a 90. Also a very good player. Also developing them abilities. Tanner is up to an 87. He might have been 87 last year. He's a junior, also a sophomore. And lastly, let's look at our cornerbacks, who are also doing pretty good. 87 overall, and Josh is only up one more to an 81. Let's go ahead and advance another year. They're developing their abilities. That is what I'm noticing here, man. Abilities is maxing out for these two Josh and the other guy here. So they're maxing out the abilities and not focusing on that overall. All right, so let's look here. Our quarterback that we converted to the D-line, 6'4", 222 pounds. We're number 11, Tua. He's leaving for the NFL, first-round draft pick, man. I promise you this was not happening if he stayed at quarterback. It was not. He was not staying on this roster. He was not going to be a starting quarterback for us just because we've seen his skill caps. They was not great for being a quarterback. And now he's able to go on to be a D lineman in the first round. So let's check out his final overall and stats. So like I said, it was a 92, 94 with the boost here. 5-star, obviously. And the power moves, he's not even maxed out. He get a lot better here. Power moves, finesse moves, 85. The block shedding never really got to a good spot, but we didn't really need it for him to be a very good player. Let's check out the stats. I have no idea what type of stats he put up, and oh my goodness, 19 and a half sacks. Obviously 2037, he didn't play much with only 13 tackles, but 19 and a half sacks, and then this past season putting up 10 and a half. I don't know how many games he played, but it looks like he played the whole season. But 19 and a half sacks in one season is actually nuts, bro. That's actually nuts. For his attributes to not be that crazy, I don't know how he put up them stats. Honestly, I don't. Or, I mean, his attributes are pretty crazy. 88 on the speed, but it's nothing out this world, you know. The 88 finesse, 88 power, you know, is not out this world. For him to put 19 and a half sacks, that's actually nuts. And, you know, I have no control over that. We just simming the years. I'm literally just simming the years and just showing y'all how these guys progress. So for him to actually put up those stats is actually nuts. All right, so another year of training results. Our quarterback has went on to the NFL just like with our defensive end, but we still have a couple guys here like Corey, who is going to be a 89 overall junior. I mean, he's still a very good player. Power moves, block shedding. I wonder what type of stats he's putting up. I don't know if he's starting at this point, but we could quickly just look, and no, he's barely playing. This next year will be, honestly, his first year really starting, it looks like, which is fine. He'll be a great player for us. Tanner is also the tight end that we moved, the vertical threat tight end, who was up to a 90 overall, man. Sorry for getting a little aggressive on y'all, but this is literally, whoa. This is nuts. 99 block shedding, 91 finesse moves, 88 power move, 88 power moves, 99 awareness, 99 strength, 99 agility. I promise you, I did not touch this guy attributes. This is what he developed. We moved the vertical threat tight end to the D line, and this is what he turned into. He just turned into this monster right here, man. So the finesse moves, this is without the boost here. 88, 50, 85 on the power moves. I mean, what are we doing? 99 on the strength, 99 on the awareness, 99 on the block shedding. Y'all see the attributes. Y'all see what he's doing. So this will be his first year actually starting, I believe, also. So we'll see how he plays. But I mean, he looks crazy. He absolutely looks crazy. And look at our two receivers, the best two cornerbacks in our room, the best two corners. Even though the man coverage never developed, well, guess what? They're zone corners, and that's what happens. You see the slot corner here? He's actually our best corner with, you know, actually good man, good zone. The speed is not there. But like I said, I would just suggest playing these guys at safety. And he finally developed, Josh, some tackling. Last year, that tackling was in the 30s. Well, this year is up to a 65, which is actually usable now. He's actually could play at safety. I just wouldn't play him at corner because, you know, the man coverage is obviously where it's at. And like I said, you need these guys to convert into slot corners if you want them to develop both man and zone. So one of our cornerbacks, wide receiver that moved over the corner, he maxed out at an 88 overall, got drafted in the 4th round. Great abilities. Man coverage never developed. That's the only knock on this guy. Man coverage never developed, but that's the issue with most of these zone corners. Last year of training results, and guess who's the highest overall on our team, man? Our 2 D linemen. Corey here is up to a 90, 93 with the boost. I mean, he's just a great player. He's just a great player here, man. We're not going to sim there last year to see what type stats they're going to put up, but we could just look. What type stats he put up last season? 8 sacks, only 35 tackles. I imagine they don't have him as the 3rd down rusher, but, I mean, 8 sacks is not horrible, especially for a college D lineman, you know, people get drafted in the first round nowadays with 0 sacks, and we'll see that happen this current draft. And our guy Tanner's up to a 93 overall, literally our best player on our entire team for a reason. 98 on the finesse moves? No, that's crazy. With the boost is up to 98. Oh my. Before the boost is up to 95. Oh my. We literally just made one of the best D linemen ever. Have y'all ever seen a D lineman better in this? Is it cheesy? I don't know. I don't know if this one is cheesy. All we did is move a vertical threat tight end to D-line, and he's a 4-star. He wasn't going to be good at tight end, and we just let him develop. Is it cheesy? I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comments, but 99s, I'm going to keep saying it because this is actually nuts. 99 strength, 99 awareness, 99 block shedding, 95 finesse moves, 98 power moves. What type stats he put up? Please tell me he's putting up crazy stat lines. 5 sacks. I mean, is he not playing as third down rusher? I don't know. Maybe he got hurt. He got a touchdown, but he did not put up crazy stats. But this would be his senior year, so he had the opportunity to actually put up the crazy stats going to the senior year, but he did not. And then Josh, our last guy, is gone. He's off the team, man. He did not get drafted, but he was around at 87 overall, I believe 85 overall, somewhere in that ballpark. But we're not going to do the last year training results or similar to last season. This is the last year training results for everyone. So I think y'all got the point of the video, man. Move some of these guys to defense and they turn into absolute demons, man. If y'all enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want to see me drop the defensive version of this, where I move some defensive players over to offense and see how they could develop and turn into great players, y'all let me know down below. We appreciate y'all for watching. We on to the next one.